setting new standards in podcast excellence. You have joined the WBT, fully focused on business and taxes. Here is your host, Michael Lodge.
And welcome to the WBT. It's Mike Lodge. I'm here again. I'm good. I'm happy to be here. It's good that you guys are here too, because I miss you when I'm not talking to you. Listen, it's very seldom that I ever come out in support of a celebrity, because I came from Hollywood. I've been in Florida now for one year, and I have been in the drama, in the politics that goes on in Hollywood. My office was right there in Burbank, right beside Universal and Disney and Warner Brothers. They were all surrounded me. And so I saw the dirtiness of the politics that goes on in Hollywood, and the dealings and the backstabbing and everything else. But I said, I've got to get away from here. I don't like this. The politics is so dirty and disgusting. I've got to go find another place to live. And that's what I did back in July of 2019. I moved to the beautiful state of Florida. Now, as I said, it's very seldom that I come out in defense of a celebrity. But today I've got to come out in defense of Ellen DeGeneres. I have never seen such dirtiness before in my life. And let me tell you where it all started. Remember the picture that she had with George Bush? They were at a game. They were sitting beside each other. They were talking. She got hammered to hell and back by the liberal political structure of Hollywood. They thought that she had done something evil. And she came out and explained that she has friends that are not Democrats or not liberals. She has friends, and she talks to those people. Now, in my life, personal life, I also have liberal, middle of the road, conservative, anti-this, anti-that, but they don't become enemies of me. Now, sometimes I have to shut them down just for a little while because they become a little too much, but I don't end my friendship with them. I do not do that. And we all have people in our lives that go overboard in their political thinking. They go overboard to almost a hateful point where everything is evil what anybody does. If somebody does not agree with them or does something that they don't feel is kosher in their world, what do? They attack. And the far left liberals in Hollywood attack and play dirty. And that's what's happened to Ellen DeGeneres. And it started at the time where she was just sitting there, having a nice, good old time, having a burger or a hot dog or whatever she was eating, and having a conversation with a former president. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. All of us in our lives know people who don't agree with us, but we're still friends with them. That's just being a good human being. So she got really beaten badly up in the politics of Hollywood, especially in the gay community, because they said that Bush did not allow gays in the military and did not believe in gay marriage, and the list went on. They were so angry at her, they began at that point in time, how do we destroy this lady? How do we destroy her? Even though that she has given abundantly to the gay community, even though she has been very giving in almost all things to people who really needed help. But you see, political Hollywood is so full of hate that once you go across that line and do something good for somebody that they don't agree with, they will destroy you. I'll give you a good example. When I had my offices in Hollywood, I was not in agreement with Obama. And I spoke out about him on my blogs and on my website and on several different media outlets. I said I was not happy with what Obama was doing. Now, I dealt very heavily with the gay community. I had lots of gay producers and actors and managers and everybody. They came to my office and said, hey, we don't think it's very good of you to be attacking Obama. Obama was very tight with the gay community in Hollywood. And I don't really understand the reason why, because Obama and Biden both came out and said that they were not for gay marriage. They both came out and they said they were against gay marriage. And I could never understand the relationship between the gay community and Obama, because he had come out and literally said negative words against the gay community. Ellen DeGeneres came out in favor of gay marriage, in favor of doing things within the gay community that were good. But the gay community decided, no, you met with Bush, you're gone, because he was Republican. The gay community is predominantly Democrats, even though the individual that's running for president who is president, when they do something, it could be against the gay community or it could be for the gay community, they will support them because they're Democrat. And that's where the problem lies, is that there is this double standard within the gay community and the political Hollywood community, and it hurts a lot of people, which is hurting DeGeneres now. So when those guys came to my office and said that, I said, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, because no one comes to my office and tells me what to say or how to say it. Now, did I lose people from the gay community as clients? No. Because I was bold enough to say, stop it, you're being ridiculous. Get out of my office before I get really upset. And you don't want to see me upset, because I get pissed off and I start yelling and ranting or raving. It lasts for 10 minutes. My rants and rave lasts for 10 minutes and then I'm done with it. My friends will always say, okay, 10 minutes is up. Are you done with your ranting? But that's what happened with Ellen DeGeneres. And then the other issue is when she met with Kevin. Oh, no, not Kevin. Oh my gosh, what is the comedian that had some anti-gay language and they booted him? Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart had come on to the Ellen DeGeneres show and apologized. And Ellen DeGeneres said, well, he knew what he did was wrong. He apologized. Everybody deserves a second chance. The gay community went after her again. They hated her for what she had done, giving a person a second chance. You see, the politics of Hollywood is a very dangerous place to be. You never know what's going to set them off. You never know what's going to make them go crazy. And when they do go crazy, they just don't spout things out. They literally do things. They will do anything that is within their power to destroy a person once that individual has gone over the line, or what they appear to be going over the line. It's a bad situation. Now, Ellen DeGeneres, not degenerate, DeGeneres. She hasn't done anything wrong. Now, if there are employees within her group, within her business unit, that are doing things that are wrong, and if she didn't know about it, and I don't know if she knew about it, that has to do with a management that needs to be cleaned up. if I was advising Ellen DeGeneres, I would probably go through everybody, have them re-interview again for their positions, get rid of the people who are dangerous, get rid of the people who are too far to the left, who are too liberal, get more people that are middle of the road. Because this is the type of situation you're going to be in every single time, Ellen, that you do or say anything that's good. It's going to come back to bite you because you've got a house that is not clean, that is not on your side. See, if you can be political, the small mind thinks that that is power. If they can spout bad things about their employer or about the organization that they are working within, if they can come out with anything that sounds like they've got power, they feel as though that tabloid nonsense is power to them. And it is in Hollywood. And that is dangerous. You have got a lot of actors there who wield power within the political Hollywood. And there are some producers that have this political power, and they will use their power to destroy people. And that's what's happening with Ellen. So I'm going to defend Ellen because she hasn't done anything wrong. What she may have done wrong is not manage her group well enough. And she still has time to clean house. She still has time to take those individuals who are not loyal to her show and get rid of them. And then perhaps it's time to contact an attorney and say, okay, who do we sue for spreading rumors like this? Who do we sue? Sometimes you have to show strength when people are attacking you, especially in Hollywood. If you show strength in Hollywood, they'll back down because they become afraid. Now, Ellen can go out and do anything that she wants to do. She has that talent. If she wants to go back on the road and charge $50 and $100 a ticket or $300 a ticket, she could do it. She has her own production company that can do that. If she wanted to produce specials, she could do it. She can do anything. She's got the power to do it. And she's got the respect to do it. Except within the political elite of Hollywood. So I'm coming out in favor, in support, in defense of Ellen DeGeneres because she has done great things with her life. See, I base a person on their accomplishments. For every person that I hire, I look at their accomplishments. People that I invite into my life, I look at their accomplishments, what they have done, especially what they have done for other people. But I have no respect for the political Hollywood that tries to destroy other people. It's like, I remember in the Philippines, they have a saying, it's called a crab mentality. And that crab mentality is an individual who has done well in their life, who have given back to the community, who has given to so many different aspects of life to people, who have built a success out of their career, out of their business. There are individuals who want to see them fail. So they're like crabs trying to get out of a bucket. They're trying to grab a hold of everybody else trying to get out of that bucket and pull them down. They don't want to see the other person get out of the bucket. They want to get up there, but they don't want the other person to get up there. So their little claws are up there grabbing and pulling and tugging at them until they finally reach down to the bottom. They want to see them fail. They want to destroy them. So that is what Hollywood is all about. It's this crab mentality. And when you've got politics mixed in with it, it becomes even worthless. Remember, Any person who has a political agenda to hurt other people, to benefit himself, is not an individual that you want anything to do with. And there's a whole bunch of them in Hollywood. I have seen it all. I have heard it all. And I don't like what Hollywood has become. Hollywood used to be this place where the creative spirit was growing every single day. Great movies were being done. Great radio shows were being produced. Great television shows were being created. People were sitting for pilot hearings to see whether or not their show was going to be picked up. Everybody was focused on the craft. But then something happened where politics crept in and destroyed that atmosphere. They're no longer creative, but they're political. They're no longer willing to help a fellow actor or actress because they're so self-centered and so selfish that now they're only focusing on them. They don't care about the homeless that's sitting there because it's not within their status level. They don't give back, they only take. I've seen so many people like that who are literally dangerous to be around. I've had so many clients that when I was working with them, I could tell that they were dangerous. They were willing to bend the rules if it were to benefit them. I had to ask some of them to leave. Some of them I just stopped answering the telephone because I knew that they were in that part of Hollywood society that was dangerous. And you cannot have those kind of individuals surrounding your life. So now I'm talking to Ellen right now. Ellen, don't worry about what other people are saying. Stand up, take control, clean house, and get it done. Because you have so much more that you can possibly do. It's not just about this show that you're doing, but it's also about what you can do in the future. You have so much potential, possibility, potentiality. You have all of those P's. Do not let political Hollywood destroy your momentum. Do not let them get into your head or into your brain. You are the one in control. Stand up. Take control of your people. Fire the people that you don't need anymore. Maybe you have too big of a staff, and once you have too much, you've got too much politics going on. When you have so many people who are all trying to get to the top, it creates a lot of politics, especially in Hollywood. So I come out in defense of Ellen DeGeneres. She has the right to be friends with or talk to people, whoever she wants to. You don't close down people just because they don't agree with you politically. You don't close down the opportunity to speak to a president or to speak to another actor or to forgive another actor or to promote another individual to go up instead of down. And this has been what Ellen has done throughout her television career, that she's been doing this talk show. Listen, she has gone through the tough times as being a gay woman, trying to get into Hollywood, trying to get work as an actress and a comedian. She worked hard at it. And she got to a very high level in her show. Her following was great. But it's just a few bad actors that can try to destroy you. And Ellen, don't let them. Stand up. Be courageous. Take control. Hire people around you that are going to make changes that will create a better working group. Get rid of those who are political. Get rid of those who, even get rid of friends who are out there slamming other people. If they're slamming other people, they're going to slam you. Those are not friends. Those are not business associates. Choose better, choose well. I tell you, I'm very happy to be out of Hollywood. Every once in a while, I have to go back and I have to relive it. The only thing I think I miss is my home that was up in the Hollywood Hills, up by the Hollywood sign, up by Lake Hollywood. If you've never been up to Lake Hollywood, go. It's a beautiful little lake up there. They've got lots of parking, and you can walk around that lake. And as you're walking around, it's 3.4 miles around the lake. And as you're walking along, you're going to see raccoons, you're going to see deer, wild deer, you're going to see all kinds of different wildlife. Right in the middle, in the heart of Los Angeles. When you get to the one side of Lake Hollywood, you are going to be looking out over the Capitol building, Capitol Records building, that big old round building in downtown Los Angeles. And you would never think that right in the middle of this hustle and bustle of Los Angeles, you're walking around this beautiful lake. You're looking up at the sign that says Hollywood. You see Madonna's house up there. And you're walking around this beautiful little lake. Very quiet. Birds are singing. But still, you're right in the middle of Hollywood. I remember when I lived up there, we had bobcats coming through our neighborhood. We had raccoons coming up to my window because they loved the fig trees that were on my property. There were coyotes coming in. We had to watch the dogs very carefully because the coyotes were coming in and taking all the dogs and cats, so we had to watch them closely. I always had to be outside with the dogs. But so you have this place called the Knolls, and you can live there in peace. Very peaceful. But then once you get out of that neighborhood, you're right back into the hustle bustle of Hollywood. One side I go down, there's Warner Brothers and Universal and all the studios that are there. And then on the other side is West Hollywood. But it's the politics that have destroyed Hollywood. It's the politics that has destroyed some movies. Once politics gets mixed in with movies, there is no more imagination. It's only politics. When people go up to speak at a concert and they mix politics in it, it's no longer entertainment. It becomes politics. Destroys the whole thing. When people are at basketball games or baseball games and people are making a political statement, it's no longer a baseball game. It's no longer sports. It's become a political venue. And I think that's what people are getting so tired of at the moment is they see things like what's happening with Ellen DeGeneres. They see people doing things in sports and saying things in sports, and everything now has become so politically driven that it's no longer entertainment. So I challenge Ellen. Ellen, don't back down. Still be creative, still be fun, still help other people, still make surprises, give out surprises to people. Keep doing what you do so best because I know that you really do like it. But then you have to live the other side of your life where you're literally managing almost a company, and sometimes you just have to take the whip and you got to clean out the house. I've done it myself. And there are vendors, there are going to be producers, there are going to be people who are working with you. Don't be afraid to fire them. Sometimes you have to fire them to clean out the mess, to clean out the politics. It's a sad situation, but Ellen, you know what? You can do it. I have faith in you. I know that you will succeed. But don't let political Hollywood push you back. You push back. You take charge. Political Hollywood is not that strong. They really are not. If you stand up and if you show your power and your might, you will win over them. Life is funny, isn't it? How mean and destructive people try to be to other people. This used to be a great America. We didn't care if you were Democrat or Republican or independent. Or like up in the state of Washington, they've got a party that's called OWL, Out with Logic. We didn't care who you were, just as long as you participated in life in America and you made things better for yourself and for other people. That's all that we cared. All that we wanted was to see you being productive and going up the ladder. That's what we were proud of you for. All that we wanted to see from you is that you were helping other people along the way as you became successful. We wanted to see your helping hand to other people who were not successful. That's what America used to be about. It never used to be about everything was political. Everything had to be dragged down into the mud of politics and destroy the creativity and the wonderful art of Hollywood and of sports. But we see it every single day because politics is an evil business. And it's gotten mixed up with all of us. And no one seems to want to bend and say, okay, we're going to stop it and let's get on with life. Let's go out there and play that great baseball game. Let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's put our heart over our. Listen, I want to tell you about something. I was at a restaurant the other day here in Palm Beach. And I was sitting there, I was alone, and I was just working on stuff on my table while my food was being prepared. All of a sudden, they announced every day, once a day, we stand up and we say the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join us. And the Star Spangled Banner was playing in the background, so we all stood up. We all said the Pledge of Allegiance, which I have not said in a long, long time. But it felt good because I was part of a group of people where we were proud to be an American. And after we said it and after the music stopped playing, we all applauded because we were all Americans together. And there were Democrats there. There were Republicans there. There were, I don't know who was there. But it was a mixture of life and people. But we all were happy to be Americans. As we sat there, as we stood there and said the Pledge of Allegiance, we were proud. Because we clapped afterwards because we were happy. And I think we need to get back to that because, listen, Ellen, I'm telling you. People are there for you. They really are. If you look at the American people, everyone between New York and everyone between California, everyone in between love you. But if you talk about the political elite of the East Coast and the West Coast in California, you're going to have this political drainage of Hollywood. And they're going to try to take you down anytime you do anything. But don't let them stand up and be tall. Do your best always. Be creative always. Be funny always. Be giving always. Because that's who you are. This is Mike Lodge. Listen, Ellen, I'm with you. I support you. I defend you. Don't let anybody say anything else against you. This is Mike Lodge on the WBT. Listen, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, usually I do a business show, but today I did a celebrity show. Send me a text at 818-252-5682. Again, that's 818-252-5682. Ellen, go for it. This is Mike Lodge. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
This podcast has been produced by Michael Lodge, fully focused on content.